Hey YouTube, what's up? It's your girl. It's your girl Lexi Jade, and I'm back with another video for you guys. It's been a year, definitely over a year, but I'm back. I'm excited to be back, and I want to stay back. I'm watching this because I'm like recording from my setup is always a little ghetto. I like to record from GarageBand using my microphone, and then I stopped recording last time, and it always does that, and I really never know why. Okay, it's gonna keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep rolling. If it stops, you guys gotta let me know, okay? Thank you. So, what's up with me? I moved to Atlanta and I graduated college. I've done a lot since I've seen you last. And I'm excited to talk about it and share it with you and also talk to you about what I've learned. And yeah, so let's get into it. Maybe if I start. Let me talk about how graduating college has been like. I honestly am so nostalgic about the fact that I'm done, and it usually doesn't feel real unless it's like fleeting moments, like when it's a Monday and I'm at the pool and I'm like, oh, I don't have anything to do. And I feel like a lot of it though is just like summer break stuff. Like when you're in summer break, there's always that like shock of like not having anything to do anytime soon. And honestly, like I've had senioritis since freshman year, TBH. And like my last semester I did completely remote, and then also most of freshman year, half of sophomore year, all my classes were remote. I lived on campus, but most of them were not in person. Shout out to COVID. I don't think I had a very traditional college experience anyway, and for it to have it over and it's been over and it happened so quickly is like crazy, and it's a little sad. But I'm not gonna be like one of those people who are like, oh, like there's so much I wish I would have done, because I think that I loved my experience, and I would not trade it for the world, which totally goes hand in hand with me in Atlanta. Because let me tell you something, people in Atlanta love to knock a degree, and I mean, okay, let me not just say Atlanta. I think people everywhere like to knock degrees nowadays. But also, I mean, hello, who lives in the real world anyway? Like, I feel like with social media we live in whatever world we've created, so if I have a problem with something I should just unfollow certain people. I don't know, but from my experience I love college. And let me tell you about my grad party. Was amazing. I kept telling my friends, like, because they're all like, why are you spending so much money on your party? I mean, I will say I spent over $5,000 on this party. It's a lot to some people, not a lot to other people. I don't really care. It was definitely a lot for me and very overwhelming, but I would not go back. I don't regret it at all. This was like my first party that I would say is all about me. I'm a twin, I'm a sister. It's an identity thing. I don't know. If you're a twin, you get it. If you have siblings in general, you get it. I mean, look at these decorations. I have my face on everything. But I loved it. I'm obsessed with me. I'm big on me. God, honestly, it's hard to put in words, and it's more like what I've learned is more like feelings of fulfillment and confidence that have come from completing the first goal I've ever set for myself. The thing about college is it was instilled in my mind, in my brain as a child, that I had to go from my parents, but they wanted me to go so bad. They wanted their children to go so bad because they didn't want us to end up in the same situation as them. And when you're from the city I'm from, when you're dealt the cards that I wouldn't say I was dealt, but when you're dealt certain cards, sometimes education is literally the only way to get out. And I hear these conversations, within the people I'm around, and the truth is a lot of people are really out of touch with the reality that most Americans live. It's so easy to be like, just go on YouTube and research a hustle and go do it. Like, it's so easy to say that, but it's not real for a lot of people. And definitely like my parents and my parents' generation, it wasn't normal to just go online. I mean, they didn't even have the internet for the majority of them growing up. So they were dealt the cards they were dealt, and they had children, and they instilled into us that we need to go to college. And I didn't know what I wanted to go to college for, let alone where I was going, how I would pay for it. And that was not even a discussion my parents and I had. We didn't even talk about finances and all of that until like my junior or senior year. And it wasn't even a conversation they necessarily had with us. It was a conversation that was had in the Upward Bound program, which was a college readiness program that I was in since my sophomore year in high school. And I like honestly owe everything to that program, because without it, I would not have known how to do FAFSA. I would not have known how to apply for colleges. And Upward Bound actually paid for most of my actually all of my college applications. So when I graduated, I had like, I want to say close to $500,000 in scholarships, and I had a 4.0 GPA, and I had so many college accepted. I mean, they were all accepted. I think I applied to maybe 15 schools, and obviously, I got accepted to all of them. I was a smart cookie in high school. I was smart in college, obviously. Let me tell you, I graduated with, I can't remember what my GPA was. I think my cumulative, I want to say it was 3.8, or it was close to that, which, listen, it was not easy. It was not easy. But my last 2 semesters, I made it on the dean's list. So, period. I'm not going to talk about college this entire video because, like I said, some people just don't care. And that's fine. But I'm so proud of myself if no one else is, which I know people are. But let me tell you, that's another thing I've learned. Since moving and since graduating college, I've learned how important it is not to focus on the people who don't show up. It's so important not to focus on who didn't show up. And I mean that literally and figuratively, because I feel like I've gone through a lot of life-changing experiences in the past year or so, and there was so often where I felt like no one was in my corner and no one was going through this shit with me. But there were also so many moments that there were people who were checking in on me and asking me what I need and helping me to the best of their ability. And it's important to highlight to the best of their ability. Sips tea at me, because listen, we do not always have someone here to give you a yes or no answer on a problem you're going through, or hand you $2,000 or $10,000, pay your rent. Even if so, who the hell wants to ask for those kinds of things? But there were moments when I had a family member, my grandma, right before my graduation party. I was going through it. I did not know I was going to pay for this damn party. I was going to have it, but I didn't know I was going to pay for it. And I had so many payments coming at once. Both my jobs, I have 2 jobs now. I get paid once a month. And the way that was working out with this party costing as much as it did, I didn't know how certain stuff was going to get paid for. And I'm talking about my actual bills. Because, girl, that party the deposit was put down. The last payment was put down. It was my other bills, really, at that point. And, oh, my God. And then the cake, too. Because my cake was $300. My goodness. Listen, I'm big on manifesting. And no matter what religion you or practice you believe in. I grew up Christian, and then recently I've gotten very spiritual. Shout out to my friend Peachy Key, Universal Expressions, spiritual baddie. She helped me, she started my spiritual journey my freshman year of college, and ever since then I've just been very in touch with being in touch with what's around me and being grateful, saying what it is I need out loud. And literally, I'm just like, I need a blessing. I need da-da-da-da-da. I would be super grateful, whatever. And my grandma just, texted me and was like, hey, how are you? How's your party coming along? And I was like, it's doing great. I'm a little stressed, but I'm very excited for it to happen. And she's like, oh, I can't wait either. Do you need help with anything? And you know what? I had just watched a TED Talk, actually, and I'm probably going to put the link below because it was so powerful. And in the TED Talk, it was about women with money, or how women use money, something along those lines. You'll see it. And something that she said that was literally stuck out to me was, when you are manifesting, when you're asking for money, when you need money, whoever you're praying to, you have to be ready to receive it. And oh my God, that was that right there. That was probably one of the biggest things I took away from that TED Talk. I love a good TED Talk, by the way, because it can mean a number of things. Like she was saying, it could mean receiving money does not always mean someone handing you, $30. Sometimes it means letting your friends cook for you, letting your friends give you a ride somewhere, letting someone pay a bill for you. It looks very different. And in my case, what it was letting, literally just that, letting someone help you out. Because when people ask me if I need help, especially my grandparents, because I don't really like asking my grandparents for stuff, because they have helped me and my siblings and my parents with so much. So I always feel like if I can do it on my own, I'd rather do it on my own. But my grandma was like, do you need money for anything? And I was just like, I do need a little bit of help. And she immediately Zelled me some money. Oh my God. I was driving when she did it, and I was I almost started crying, but what I really did was just, express my gratitude toward her, and then out loud to the universe and to God, and just be like, I'm so grateful, thank you so much. So I was so grateful for that. And yeah, like my party, it just went very well. And kind of to what I was saying earlier about embracing the people that did show up, because let me tell you, my RSVP list was long. I think that RSVPing to a party and not coming is the craziest thing. Why the fuck would you RSVP? Like, why would you commit to something and literally, and there were so many people who just didn't even give me an explanation. They didn't say, hey, I'm not gonna be able to come. Granted, the day of my party, my phone also was acting up, so I don't even know who did or didn't, but I know most people really just were like, I don't know. And literally throughout the party, I'm saying like, where is everyone? Because I expect a lot of people. But me saying where's everyone's also like me also having a lot of anxiety, because I wanted to give a speech, which I did give, which I was so nervous to give. And it was a shout out to my grandpa, because my grandpa was one of the first people who pointed me in the right direction of what I wanted to go to school with, which was fashion. I graduated from the Ohio State University with a degree in fashion and retail. And my grandpa was one of the first people to tell me that I can go to school for what I want to do, which it just didn't seem realistic at the time. Like, I wanted to go to art school. I was making clothes at home, and I didn't see people around me doing the things that I wanted to do. I didn't see people around me being successful and happy, or just being successful or happy, honestly. So when I had that conversation with my grandpa, because I actually had to write a paper on like success, and something he said to me was, success is doing what you're passionate about and what you love doing. And it looks different for everyone, but when my grandpa told me that, I literally remember being like, what am I passionate about? And brainstorming and being like, fashion. Like, that's what I love. I love clothes and hair and makeup. I love it. And, you know, some people call it shallow, but I love it. That's what I like to do. I like to express myself. And that's when I decided that's what I want to go to school for. And, you know, applying for college is a whole other thing. But I made it, and I'm grateful for my parents for giving me no choice but to go to school. And I'm grateful for my grandparents for motivating me every single day. And every week we would go to church, and my grandpa would tell us how smart we were. My grandma would tell us how brave we are. And like, I had a lot of verbal support. It was crazy. And again, that's just what I have learned to cherish, because even when I moved to Atlanta and I'm like, I want friends, I want new friends, I want sisterhood, because I had such a powerful and strong sisterhood back in Ohio, I wanted that here. And I spent so much energy trying to get some damn friends, and just ran through a lot of random ass people, not gonna lie, that I wasn't putting the time into myself. I wasn't putting the time into my damn sister who lived down here. Hello, I have a fucking twin. I'm so blessed to have a twin, and it's almost embarrassing thinking about how often I'm like, oh my god, I want a friend down here. I want a friend down here. Fuck having a fucking friend here. What the hell? I have a sister here. I have sisters back in Ohio who I talk to every single day. I had to learn how to be independent, like mentally independent. Like, that's literally what it comes down to, because I live with my boyfriend. I have my sister who's 20 minutes away, but there's so many decisions I make every day that I can't just call people about. I can't just ask someone, which I'm so used to. Like, I'm that friend who's gonna like text you about anything. Like, girl, what you think about this? What you think about this? Like, so many of my opinions have been made off of what my friends were saying, which is, listen, let me be careful when I say that, because some men will run with that fucking soundbite. But I'm very much a asking other people what they think kind of person, and I can't do that anymore. And I got to Atlanta and learned that, because there's so many people here who are so ambitious, and a lot of becoming successful and like seizing those moments comes from responding with your gut and not asking other people. And that's another thing I've learned since coming to Atlanta, is this sense of trusting myself and trusting my decisions and trusting my gut. And I'm not perfect, of course. I'm 22 years old. Oh yeah, I had a whole nother birthday since the last time I made a video. That's insane. But yeah, I think that I've changed so much since coming to Atlanta, and just the way that I speak to people. Like, my mom was saying how she was so proud of the way I was talking to people at my party. And because let me tell you something, my boyfriend is he's in the right mix. I will say he's in a mix. He's in a right mix though, and it forces me to be around a lot of people that I have to speak to. And how I was in Ohio, I mean, that was fine for Ohio when I was in college. I was really quiet in college, however. It worked for me, but when I come over here and I gotta really talk, I gotta really contribute to a conversation. Even just sitting here speaking to my boyfriend, I talk a lot and I speak my thoughts a lot, and it's just, I feel like I've developed so much as a person. I'm drinking this wine and it's so nasty. It's so gross. It's red wine though. Like, it's Cabernet, whatever. That's how you know I watch too much Real Housewives. Talking about some Cabernet. Red wine's supposed to be good for you. That's why I'm drinking it. But yeah. God, the way that I think this is I clearly think this is a podcast. This is definitely not fake with your host, Lexi Jade, who's definitely not fake. No, I still want to get back to that. Like, I've learned since moving to Atlanta, like, I can do whatever I want. You can do whatever you want. Like, we can literally do what the fuck ever we want. The internet makes everything so not real. Like, nothing's real anymore. You can do whatever you want. Like, it's not like 20, 30 years ago when you really had to work a 9 to 5. Like, I mean, you can do that, but you got to go someplace where you should go someplace where you don't got to do that. And I'm so lucky I'm in a point in my life where I don't necessarily know exactly what I want to do, but I have the privilege of not knowing exactly what I do and being able to tackle different things. So, for example, right now, actually what I'm working on, if you follow me for a while, you know what Truly Adasia is. It's my clothing business. It's a boutique. And I kind of put that on the back burner because I did not like the fast fashion model anymore. I did not want to source overseas, buy some shit that may or may not look good, and sell it at a price that really might not even be fair. But I needed to make that money back. I just didn't want to do that anymore. I don't like selling. Like, I don't like selling clothes that I wouldn't even wear. Like, and that was so much of this stuff. It was not what I envisioned. It's not what I wanted to do anymore. So I put that on the back burner because honestly, I don't have the capital to fund the business I want to. So I've moved on to digital products, and that is Lexi Jade's Closet. If you follow me on socials, you've seen me promote it a little bit, but I gotta promote it harder. Like, I gotta promote the hell out of my business. The way I promote the hell out of my bare ass on Instagram, I can post my business. But Lexi Jade's Closet is a hub. It's a community. It's more than just putting outfits together on Instagram, which might look like right now, but I'm developing a community on Discord. I want to focus on like making YouTube videos, but when I talk about digital products, I'm talking about magazines, lookbooks. I want to eventually have like an entire magazine, a lifestyle magazine, which may or may not be called Lexi Jade's Closet, but that's what it's starting off as. And it's so funny because my boyfriend was saying like, oh, it's hard to brand something like your name, which he knows more than me, so maybe he's right, but I'm trying it anyway because I want to be a brand. I want to be my own brand. I'm niching down finally, which my TikTok does not reflect. I'm over TikTok, honestly. Like, I'm so over it. Like, people literally go viral for fucking posting their shoes to a stupid ass sound, but I can't go viral for the stuff that I put my fucking blood, sweat, and tears in. It's not right. But yeah, I'm living life right now. I'm in a good spot. And that doesn't necessarily mean every day I'm in a good spot. It doesn't necessarily mean my mind is in a good spot every day. But I'm good. I'm happy. And I'm very excited to see where my life is going to go. I mean, I don't know how well you can see this view because of the way I have these lights set up. But I got the best view of Atlanta, like, right here. I'm blessed. Let me tell you something. Everything I manifested, I have right now, which is not even a way to like gloat, even though I deserve to brag. Sometimes it's because manifestation is real and believing in yourself is so real. I don't care what nobody says. It's so real. Like, everything, literally down to the detail. It is what I used to manifest. I used to sit on my fucking balcony in my first apartment, not my most recent one, and journal and light candles and write about, like, in detail and that's like, let me tell you something. That's what you need to do. If you have a vision of what you want your future to look like, write it down, pray over it, reread it out loud, light some candles, believe in it, envision it. Like, when I'm at the gym, I be envisioning. When I'm on a treadmill, I be envisioning. When I'm on them stair steps, I be envisioning. So I'm a fire sign, so I've learned that that's like what works for me. Is like, manifestation is in my blood as a fire sign. And then I just recently got the human design. I'm an MG. If you're an MG, Let's talk about it. I'm not gonna get into it because listen, I could talk about this stuff all day, but long story short, I'm a manifester in everything I do. And I be at the gym just in imagining what I want my body to look like, obviously, and what I want my future to look like. And I think about what I want it to feel like a lot too, because what I've also learned is a lot of the stuff you ask for and wish for is not exactly what you need. Let me say that again. A lot of the stuff you ask for, you manifest, and you dream is not what you need. It's not always going to be what makes you feel good. Like, so, not that I'm not grateful, because listen, my pictures went viral. One of my pictures went viral on Instagram. And listen, it attracted some negative attention too, which is fine. I'm not gonna give light to that. But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to do what makes me feel good and what empowers me, not necessarily what gives me attention, which is what I used to want. I used to want to go viral so bad, and I wanted so many followers. And it doesn't always make you feel good when you get those things. You know what I mean? The validation is not always there. Like, you need that validation from within. You need that validation from your father. You need that validation from yourself. Like, that's really what it comes down to. You got to figure out what you really want that validation from, because it might not be from the Instagram likes. Okay, it might not be. I got 51,000 likes on a picture, which is insane for me, because bitch, the selfie before probably got 400 likes on it. I don't know. I broke the Instagram algorithm, so I'm riding that wave. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet, make sure you follow me. I am Lexi Jade. Lexi's IE. I'm just riding the wave. You know what I'm saying? What Janelle Monáe say? I don't dance, I just float. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Oh my gosh, I just got the craziest feeling like in my chest, because everything's just full circle for me right now in the best way possible. That's such a great feeling, because I'm not even gonna get into why that just made me feel the way it did. It's probably just wine, honestly. But I know that y'all like some long vlogs. I love a long vlog. You know, it's so funny. I was talking to my sister about it, because she's like, just make a vlog and just talk and da-da-da. I'm like, I don't like even watching those. And she's like, other people do. I like to talk and other people like to listen. Isn't that just perfect? That's perfect. That works out perfectly for everyone. This wine is not good. Oh my gosh. You know what? But I think we're at almost, well, it says 30 minutes, but I know by the time I chop this shit down, it's gonna be 5 minutes, the way I be chopping shit down. But I want to say thank you guys so much for supporting me. If you're watching this right now, I appreciate your support so much. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I gotta appreciate the people who support me right now, especially like my grad party, the people who did come. And I didn't even give kudos to the people who came. Like, look at all these damn pictures. And everyone, and my friends in the group chat was like, well, we didn't make the Instagram cut. Hell nah. Because if I post you, I gotta post everyone. I'm sorry, but I'm posting you now, because this is the real. This is the real right here. Instagram ain't real. Ask Greg. If you know, you know. Instagram is not real. Like, the people who came, honestly, I think that's the shit that keeps me up now, is the people who did come, because you really don't know who supports you. And like, I was texting them, but I'm that person who, like, when I get drunk, I just talk so much about how much people love me, but then I'm also low-key sober enough to, like, people, and everyone's like, okay bitch, we get it. So I try not to do it too much, even when I'm just like talking about anything. But words cannot express how much I appreciate people who did come for me. Like, my friends, especially, who are in the middle of doing shit, who can't stop everything. Like, so the people who did come or even reached out to me, I appreciate them so much. I have to make thank you cards. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting to do that. I think I'm gonna wrap it up today. I think I love this video so far. I don't dance, I just float. And that's what I'm gonna say, and that's what I'm gonna end it on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting me and supporting my journey. If you have any questions, hit me up. If you have any ideas for any videos, comment below. Text me on Instagram, I am Lexi Jade, or hit me on Twitter, but don't go through my tweets. Bye. Maybe if I start